Hopefully you had a chance to look at our first video on tap triggers and master components. Now the second example that we have is a little bit more advanced. So let's take a look at that. And again, let's take a look at what's going on behind the scenes. So I have my default state, and this is a master component named item location. And here's my hover state. So what's happening on my hover state? My item location gets smaller, and I have this additional information that pops up. So to create that, I've actually created my components down here. So what I want to do is grab this component, and I'm going to reuse this on the artboard above. So I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and then I can go ahead and move this. So remember, we have it larger. When I hover, it gets smaller, and information is added. So let's first create this default state. So I'm going to expand this size. I'm going to double click on my number because I want to change this. Now, the reason why the other element isn't changing down here is that, remember, I copied my master component. And now I'm ready to work on the hover state. So I'm going to select hover state. I'm going to come down, and I'm going to be copying this piece of information. So just Command C. And when I copy this, I want to copy it into that hover state. So I just double click in there, and then I can move this wherever I want this. So now I'm ready to prototype this up. Notice I went back to my default state, select my prototype, and in this case, my trigger is hover. Before we did that tap, this time we're going to hover, and my destination is going to be that hover state. So let's go ahead and play this. So there's our hover. Now I need to change some of my values in there, but that's easily done. Again, just going over to my hover state, and then I can just click inside and update these as well. So you can think of, in this case, this example of a hover is very similar to like what you would see on map and search type of locations, things like Zillow, that type of thing. I highly recommend you checking out different UI kits that experiment with hovers.